We'll start with the encryption elements. We do have the algorithm, encryption key, the original data, the plain text that we have, and code text or cipher text. Encryption types. We have two main types for encryption. The first one is symmetric encryption. It uses one key for data encryption and decryption. So we are using the same key for both operations. This type of encryption depends on the secret key used, as the person who owns the key can decrypt and read the content of the message or files. The second type of encryption is the asymmetric encryption, and this type of encryption was first developed in 1970s in Britain and was used exclusively by certain sectors of the government. The main principle behind this type of encryption is using two keys, private key and public key. The public key is used to encrypt the messages, and the private key is used for decrypting them. The public key can be submitted to all people, while the private key is kept by its owner and not sent to anyone. So we are using two keys here. The public key is used to encrypt the original text, and the private key is used to decrypt the message. Public key can be submitted to anyone. The private key should be kept only by its owner. We'll review now some examples of symmetric encryption, starting with Caesar cipher. And it's considered one of the oldest methods invented by Julius Caesar to create coded messages between sectors of the army. And it has proven effective in that time. But in our modern age, and with the development of the computer, this method cannot be used because of the speed of detection of the content of encrypted messages. Another symmetric encryption example is the DES, Data Encryption Standard. And this encryption type was developed in 1970s by the National Security Agency. This encryption type is insecure, and this is mainly due to the 56-bit key size being too small. In January 1999, Distributed.net and Electronic Frontier Foundation collaborated to publicly break a DES key in 22 hours and 15 minutes. Additional set of symmetric encryption examples like AES or Advanced Encryption Standard, IDEA, TripleS, Blowfish. They are all advanced and proven systems in the field of encryption. And here are a few examples of asymmetric encryption like PGP, DSA, Diffhammon, Elegmal, and RSA. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of symmetric and asymmetric encryption? Symmetric encryption is much faster with modern computer systems, but it only uses one key and is more vulnerable to hacks. Asymmetric encryption uses two keys in the process of encryption and decryption, which is stronger and less vulnerable to penetrations, but it's slower than traditional encryption. So how the encryption is measured? By two factors: the strength of encryption algorithm and the encryption key used.